Palace.
Yeah.
What you cooking?
Yeah. This one probably got the angels jamming in the chairs. You call him Jesus, I call him Yahweh Shah. It don't come from the script, it's hella Yaliyah. Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. Fake Jews in the name and they scared of us. Break bread with the heathen, I'd rather not. China want war, Russia want war. Babylon, see your time is running out. Yeah, I done read Isaiah, Jeremiah, Daniel. I feel like I'ma see the King David. I've been cursed since birth, hung with the wrong niggas, uncircumcised. I ate from the wrong table. Was confused before, ain't read the script, and you could tell. I swore it was all fake till I realized how history disappeared. It was coded by a world that won't save you. Yahweh gon' make sure we get it. Lord willing, I get it. Lord willing, I see the day. That's why I ain't trimming on my beard, just trimming on these fears with these fringes on my waist. I don't care about images, just care about building up endurance through my faith. I don't care about images, I just care about building up endurance through my faith. I will never forget thy precepts, for with them thou hast quickened me. I am thine, save me. I am thine, save me. I will never forget thy precepts, for with them thou hast quickened me. I am thine, save me. I am thine, save me.
I will never forget thy precepts, oh no, no. Oh no. Most High willing, I keep that frame of thought. And that's most High willing. Everyday battling flesh, getting ready for the war. That's why I gotta repent, pray fast, move on. I am thine, save me, because thine enemies make a tumult, planning schemes. That's why the world waxing weak, gave up the world and the we to serve the Lord as my King. We got the faith, yeah, we believe. Sooner than later, you gon' see. Every eye shall see, every knee shall bow. Wow, that's power. If you fit the curses in Deuteronomy well, that power is ours. Time is running out if you ain't on the boat like the days of Noah. 2 Peter 3 and 6, go 2:7. Work out your salvation. Gave me the precepts. I pray that I live by them. Running this race. Pray I'm enduring to the end. Pray I'm enduring to the end. Work out your salvation. Gave me the precepts. I pray that I live by them. Running this race. Pray I'm enduring to the end. Pray I'm enduring to the end.
I came to the conclusion. Alright, man, what you think? Talk to me. There's nothing we can fix in this world. Yo, it's clear if you read this Bible, man. Man, when Christ coming back? You know? Hey, I'ma wait. I'ma sit right here. No, for real. Yeah, I'ma wait. I'm sitting here. Struggle real cause I'm new and it's true. Had to change my ways and the things that I do. The world start tripping when you start wearing fringes. Your friends go missing and your fam won't listen. They say that I changed cause I'm doing things different. Instead of following the pastor, prefer to follow scriptures. Tired of being attentive to opinions. If you insert into the word, you are sinning. Telling me how this world works with no chapter or verse. I done did bad, I ain't trying to do worse. But sir, you can do whatever you like. I prefer to follow these books and wait on Christ. And it's a battle each day. Gotta read his word and do what it say. Make sure I don't sin. Matthew 24:13 and do it to the end. I pray that my family's great. Be in one accord with his word one day. Until you come back to this place, I'm gonna spread your word and do it and wait. And wait, yeah, do it and wait, wait, and do it and wait, yeah, do it and wait, and do it and wait, do it and wait, 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 yeah. And I ain't doing things my way. I'ma wait like a line on Black Friday, or like a cashier when it's closing time, or like the last day in the voting line. Technology's so advanced, but we so behind. Closed off to people with an open mind. I can read red letter and they say I'm lying. I know it's bad, but at times I get tired of trying. I be trying to force them to see. In reality, just the past year they was me. But the best way to help them understand it, seeing my actions, following these commandments. It's a battle each day. Gotta read his word and do what it say. Make sure I don't sin. Matthew 24:13 and do it to the end. I pray that my family's great. Be in one accord with his word one day. Until you come back to this place, I'm gonna spread your word and do it and wait. And wait, yeah, do it and wait, wait, and do it and wait, yeah, do it and wait, and do it and wait, do it and wait, wait, do it and wait, wait, do it and wait, wait, do it and wait.
I've been looking for feel good, it's still hood. Fresh, leaving no prints like Uncle Phil would. I feel it under my chest, I'm getting further from death. I see his water protecting me like a shield would. Lot of rain, keep the feel good. We gotta bang just to feel good. They bang the set, keep a drumstick tucked to the chest. And them symbols, just a symbol for the love for the metal. Glitter with bezels, find Nirvana in a speaker. And my love for the ghetto, builders dilapidated bass, rattle trunk with the treble. At the corner we would try to be rebels, cussing loud, smoking papers. Who'd have thought of these devils had us under their clutches? Guess the score wasn't settled. We the prey, so we praying in the hood, but we patiently waiting. Say the Shema when I rise, keep me away from the Satan. Put your spirit on my mind, give a song for salvation. Yeah, the sun brighter when I hear your quotes. I feel lighter when I hear your notes. This a melody for everyone with felonies. Know you still got hope. I said you still got hope. The sun brighter when I hear your quotes. I feel lighter when I hear your notes. This a melody for everyone with felonies. Know you still got hope. I said you still got hope. Rise and shine, put your makeup on. Baby girl, why you take so long? Had a vision of an angel, I forgot how she looked. Cause I saw you and my brain clicked on. Now I sing this song, yep. Rise and shine, get your makeup on. Baby girl, why you take so long? Had a vision of an angel, I forgot how she looked. Cause I saw you with my brain clicked on. Now I sing this song, yeah. Like Lottie Dottie, got the spirit riding shoddy with me. She a baddie, take her to parties with me. Help me focus on my studies, and we always see the darkest secrets. We read at night when the Father teaches. We keep it light, trying to brighten the night, even though stress is mounting. Had encounters on the devil's mountain. Felt the trouble when I stepped in the door, and I should have never doubted. He sent an angel, and I felt his power, still got hope. The sun brighter when I hear your quotes. I feel lighter when I hear your notes. This a melody for everyone with felonies. Know you still got hope. I said you still got hope. The sun brighter when I hear your quotes. I feel lighter when I hear your notes. This a melody for everyone with felonies. Know you still got hope. I said you still got hope. On that day then every nation and kindred would take a bow before the Lamb and come and learn from the Spirit. It don't matter what you witnessed before. If you're living then you still got hope. Yeah. On that day, every nation and kindred would take a bow before the Lamb and come and learn from the Spirit. It don't matter what they witnessed before. If you're living, then you still got hope. Yeah. It's brought around over here on this table. We want to make sure that everybody can line up and just get through smoothly. Put the plates, the forks, all that, line all that up. Hold on real quick. Move the tables over around the side like that. Yeah, because we got to make sure the walkway is clear for people to get through to the front. And then when we line up and do the prayers, we're probably going to like have everybody come around this way. And then we'll have Adawan Kanal do the prayers on that side. They'll start from the left and come all the way down. Yeah. Y'all love the feast days.
In my ride, so much on my mind, just trying to catch a vibe. Thinking about my people, it seems they all blind. They thinking they know the truth, but no, not up to 12. Try. Some say we a nation that's built up on tribulation. Some say we was taken and put in this situation. I say honestly, man, it's a little bit of both. Just take it from a nigga who parents native and Haitian. White folks stole my people's land, but we gon' take it back, cause the most I put the power in our hands. Yeah, we going straight reprimand, cause the people did us dirty and never got punished. From here to France, they out here preaching peace, but to us ain't none given. Convince us to protest, but disregard how we living. Well, soon y'all gon' know how we feeling. Yeah, how Shy's coming back to prove to you that you ain't been forgiven. I'ma break it to you now that with this joint ain't no hook. The aristocrats on the mic pushing them words like a book. I'm anointed and I'm a saint and I got these niggas shook. I'm a Danite prince of the power and I can't be forsook. I think it's unfortunate that y'all couldn't face the facts. You so confused, you can't seem to break down Romans and Acts. When I teach, y'all got me losing all of my patience. Hear the word Israelite and then it turns to Galatians. Honestly, honestly, y'all need to do some investigating. My people acknowledge, but still fighting for education. Broke them shackles off of my mind and set me free. Now, Father, y'all got me thinking immortal relation. Try and wake y'all up, but you suckers being complacent. Shot that nigga in the street, but how you grew up's adjacent. Take a nigga life for a little bit of wealth just to spend that shit and move back into your mama basement. Now you become a Muslim so that your life don't get taken. Boy, assalamu alaikum, bean pies, green eggs, and bacon. Allah just the title, not the name of the Most High. You a Israelite, soon to be seeing revelation. Hey, now they saying the prince is lyrical. I'm ruling this thing, but it ain't nothing empirical. Yahweh shots at the comforter, got me feeling spiritual. Yasha Allah on the rise, I ain't even hit the pinnacle. Hey, y'all know ain't too many better than I start varsity on this mic, I even got a letterman. Skills concrete solid, I ain't talking settlement. Reppin' the anointed house, man, you know we killing it. Hey, this time around, y'all better get a ticket. This young hit a bomb like the 96 Olympics. Mess with the men of the Lord, might end up in the clinic. We taking the kingdom soon, 1 hour, 0 minutes.
Gotta unmute my mic. Shalom, shalom, everybody. Shalom. Welcome back to another Milk Monday. It is your officer, Officer Knock, with you. Captain will be with us in a little bit. But hey, I'm glad that y'all here. We got another Milk Monday on us today, on us tonight. And there's a lot of things going on, right? But before we get started, I want to first give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Amashak, Yahweh Shai. I want to thank you also. Those who are doing the work, we want to thank you for your diligence, for your work, for your hard work, for your enduring in this movement, and this understanding of who we are as the children of Israel. All right, I want to thank everybody for being here, and those who are loyal to the class. I appreciate that. AHOS appreciates that. And we try to bring out some edifying content, edifying lessons, edifying breakdowns to the best the Most High puts us in a position to do so. But we thank you for being and participating with us. But hey, matter of fact, right now, since you are in the building, when you come in the building, please like, share, and subscribe. All right, please like, share, and subscribe. But before Cap comes on, I'm going to go ahead and get a few announcements, right? First and foremost, for any brothers who want to do the work with the Anointed House of Saints, if you want to be a part of the prospect phase, man, this mic is kind of, this pop filter is kind of big. I got a new pop filter. This one is kind of a little too big. But if any brothers that want to join and do the work with Anointed House of Saints, you can do so by sending us your interest through email at anointedhos@gmail.com. Let me go ahead and put this at the bottom, at the ticker at the bottom, right? It tells you our next prospect phase. We have currently a prospect phase going on right now. But any brothers who want to, be a part of the next one, send us your information, your name, your phone number, city and state where you are. In the description line, put prospect phase, and we'll get that information to you as we get closer to the next prospect. All right. Also, sisters, any sisters who are wanting to do the work with the brothers, right? Because we need you. We have our children here. We have our younger sisters. Some of the older sisters. The more seasoned sisters. We need y'all in this building up of this kingdom, right? If you want to do the work and be a part of our sisters ministry, please send us your email interest. Also, anointedhos@gmail.com. You can put sisters ministry in the description area. Also, appreciate that. Also, hey, let's do this now because we got it coming around the corner. It is Passover season. We did a lesson on Passover season this past Shabbat. But we have our Passover, right, with Anointed House of Saints that will be taking place. Let me pop it back up there. This will be taking place on April 1st. This is Anointed House of Saints presents Passover 2026. This will be taking place in North Carolina, in Greensboro, North Carolina, where we actually have our school. So for those who have not yet seen our school, our first school of many, to come, Lord willing, come on out to Greensboro, North Carolina, because that's where we're going to be for the first time. We're having a major feast day at our school in North Carolina. That's Greensboro, North Carolina, April 1st. The colors are black and gold. You can contact us through email, anointedhos@gmail.com or at gmail.com, or you can also access us through the website. But at the bottom it says .com. It should actually say anointedhouseofsaints.org. That's org, not .com. Salakia for that. I still haven't changed that yet, so that's on me. Let's see, what else do we have? We got anything else? Yes, I got the shout outs real quick before we get started, right? I want to go ahead and shout out the people real quick. So let me see who's the first one on the list. Hey, Shalom, Cap. Shalom. How about you? How you doing, Cap?
Yo, Shalom. How about you? How you doing?
All right. Doing good. Let me go ahead and get these shout outs going, and then we can go ahead and get on with this. We came in a little late, but I think our class today, Captain's going to bring.
Ain't gonna be long.
Yeah, he's gonna bring on some things. You know, I kind of like the way this is titled. It's called Milk Monday Presents Hot Topics, right? Hot topics. Hot topics. And actually, let me do that before I do the shout outs real quick. The hot topics, right? Look, Milk Monday presents hot topics. One of them is Israel versus Iran, but it says hot topics, which means that this is just one of the topics that's going on, but we're going to have some other topics going on this Monday, this Milk Monday for y'all today. Probably a new little series or something. I kind of like that. Hot topics. Kept up with that. I like that.
Appreciate
you. Right. Let me go ahead and get this.
Your idea.
Hey, it's all the Most High. It's all the Most High. How he moves. All right, let's go ahead and get these shout outs going. Shalom to Mother Johanna. Always diligent in being here. Shalom to Dawa's Rib. Shalom to you, sis. Shalom to the mighty Captain Shaquat in LA, or I almost say LA, San Francisco, out in the Bay. All right, shalom to you. Shalom to Sophisticated. What is that? Sophisticated Thoughts, 1638. Shalom to you. Shalom. Shalom to Yehoshua ben Yahawada. Or I hope I said that right. Yahoshua ben Yahawada. You can correct me if I'm wrong, brother. But shalom. Welcome. Glad that you're here. Shalom to the mighty soldier Gary. Shalom to that mighty brother Nazar. Shalom to you. Good to see you, brother. That's right. Get them likes up. Shalom to the mighty brother Corey Robinson. Glad to see you, brother. Shalom to the mighty brother Yahawada. Hey, now y'all finally coming in. Shalom to the mighty soldier Nadiyab and his family. Shalom to you, brother. Shalom. Anybody else that want to get a shout out, want me to give you a shout out, go ahead and just put something in the chat, and I can get you out a little bit later after class. Shalom to Sister Sky Anderson. Shalom. That's House of Nadiyab. Shalom to you, sis. Good to see you. All right. Oh, I said it nicely. Khan. All praises, brother. All praises. Wait a minute. Did I say I said Yehoshua? Or is it? You said
two names. Which one is it?
Yeah, which one is it?
Yahoshua.
Yeah, is it Yahoshua? The second one? Was it the Yehoshua? Which one was it, brother? Because I said two different names. I pronounced it twice differently.
It looks like Yahoshua ben Yahawada.
Right, that's what it looks like.
So roll with that one for right now.
But yeah, so anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and get shalom to shalom to what? Wait a minute, hold on. What's this? This messing me up right here. How am I gonna say shalom to myself? No, I'm just kidding. Shalom to shalom to Kanak Morgan. Shalom to you, King. All praises. Hey, all right. So
and Kanak Morgan.
Right. Isn't that something? Hey, but we got some. We got a lot of things going on in the world right now, y'all. It's some things that have been going on. This stuff has been going on. When y'all look at the stuff with the Iran, Iraq, Israel, the war, this stuff has been going on. I remember in the 80s when they had the Iran-Contra affair thing where they took hostages and all that, right? So this is not anything new. So just understand that. It's not anything new. It is something that we should be aware of course, as the scriptures say, but it's not anything new. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and let Captain take over. Hey, if we got any precepts, you might want to write them down. So get your pads, get your Bibles, get your highlighters, and just in case you need to remember some of this stuff, you want to write it down. All right. So with all that said, go ahead, Cap. It's all yours.
Hold on just a second, man. What's up, y'all? Shalom.
Yahoshua. Okay, got it, King. The water. Yeah, the water.
Okay, cool. All right, y'all. But shalom, of course, like I said. Eliel. Yahweh Bashin al Shabrakatah. Today, like Knox said, we're gonna be going into this Iran and Israel thing, not on a prophecy level though. Like we're gonna keep it milk today. I'm actually thinking about doing a lesson on that because a lot of brothers I see on Facebook every time there's a war, anytime a bomb is thrown or a nuke goes off, World War III, it's almost over. You see how the Facebook post? Israel just bombed Iran. Iran just bombed Israel. America just bombed Iran. Whatever the hell, right? Because y'all be getting excited and be thinking it's over. It's time to go. Most High is coming tomorrow. And then a week go by and y'all be sad and niggas be posting stuff on Facebook 7 days later talking about I'm ready to die. I don't want to do this no more. I'm tired of life. Because y'all realize you're not about to get up out of here yet. And you ready to give it all up because you got your hopes up in the last 7 days, right? So while we're thinking about that, right, instead of getting your hopes up and thinking the chariot gonna come tomorrow, you should probably just get you some smooth like butter instead. Because like I'm just saying, because like might put you in a situation where you're smoothing out the situation on your skin in your body, might make your mind a little bit more calm and allow you to understand what's actually going on out here, right? Get you some baccarat. He got what's that other thing he had? The other smell. I can't remember the last one he had, but it was real good.
I don't know.
It was
he got some good ones though.
Like a polo red type smell, damn near something like that.
He got some good ones though. Yeah, he got some
good sense, right? For the men and the women. So I would definitely hop on that. But point is, a lot of y'all think that World War III started yesterday or 2 days ago or whenever this thing happened, and it didn't. I'm gonna actually show you how. Because if you look at the prophecies, right, when it comes to the way this thing is supposed to happen at the end times, all the nations are supposed to be going against, America, right? They're not all supposed to be going against Iran. Iran is supposed to be helping people destroy America, right? What a lot of y'all haven't realized, and the reason I be keeping my mouth shut is because when I talk on the internet, when these type of things happen, whether it was what happened in 2018 with Iran, whether it was what happened 2-3 months ago with Iran, or if it was what happened 2-3 days ago with Iran, every time it's happened since 2018, they also had the one 2 years ago where they had the bomb like a couple years ago in Israel, right? So the 90 days war or whatever that started this whole beef and crap, right? Recently. So like they've had 4 incidents now. In all 4 incidents, niggas in the Israelite community have claimed World War III, it's over. Prophecy, right? And then afterwards, y'all backtrack the prophecy because it don't go how it looked like it's going to go at the beginning. It always looked like Iran's going to have this great power. They're going to be there and they're not going to go anywhere. They're going to destroy us. They're going to get South Korea involved and North Korea involved and Russia going to pull up. And then next thing you know, there's an article where it says like, oh, Russia backed out. Oh, China's just sending them missiles and they're going to watch. And then it's like, okay, what happens next? Then you see Iran start throwing missiles. So, all right, something else for you guys, right? Some of y'all just found out that Kamimi died. A lot of you don't know he been dead since the last time Trump and them did the thing. They did the bomb last time. They killed homeboy, right? They put that out there. Iranian news tried to backtrack and say he was never killed, but they never showed a body. They never showed anybody of him or any sign of him alive since the last 3 months, right? When they did the little bomb on the nuke facility, and they did the bomb on the underground compound that homeboy was laying in the bunker, right? So they've made it seem like he was alive in Iran this whole time, but outside of Iran, everybody's basically known the dude been dead. They had a destruction of the family office, if you will, which is what they destroyed the first day. This is how this happened, right? Because Trump was having talks with these people, right, for a nuke deal, which again, a lot of y'all didn't know because niggas don't be paying attention to the news. So same thing that happened with Venezuela, something else y'all thought a couple weeks ago was going to shut off World War III, right? Which didn't, because it's for political reasons and financial reasons. It's an investment involved, if you will. They went over there and got Maduro for the oil. Same thing is going on with Iran in the investment that's going on. In fact, I've told some of the brothers about it. I tried to get them involved. But so there's still it's the same thing. They still haven't done the investment because they haven't got everything they wanted in line yet. Iran was part of the program, has been since the beginning. I told y'all that. That's why they've been doing Iran deals or trying to get an Iran deal done every year since 2018, no matter who the president has been. So what you have to understand is that they want a deal with Iran. They're not trying to fight them per se. So what this has been is a regime change, no different than what you saw a couple months ago with Venezuela. They told you a couple months ago when they first tried to bomb them and stuff that they were going to do a regime change. They had the little Iranian prince all over TV. They were showing you, folks from over there and their history, how they used to not be a Muslim country just like 30 freaking years ago.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they were a regular country in the Middle East that was kind of like America. Their women didn't even wear hijabs. They walked around like women with jeans on and crop tops like they do in California and Florida and stuff, right? Them stuck up Persian women that be in Beverly Hills. Well, they be in Beverly Hills because they were stuck up Persian women in Persia, right? So nothing changed until the Muslim Islamic regime pulled up, which is who they have now. And they only been there for a couple of years compared to the history of the country. So this is what that is, right? A regime change to try to make them America based again, which is going to give America oil, which is going to lower oil prices, which is going to make it possible for different things they're trying to change in the global currency market to happen, right? So they killed homeboy already. Now the world knows he's dead. So what Trump is going to do, what he's already started doing, if you've been paying attention, is allowing them to do what Venezuela did. They took out the leader. Now we're going to let your standing leadership make some, advances at us. We're going to see if we could get some negotiations done with you guys, since we couldn't make any rulings with the previous, ruler. Couldn't make any agreements with him. So we're going to give this new government that we're allowing to stand, which is just surviving leaders that don't want to get killed, right? So they're going to act tough on TV, but behind closed doors, as Trump has already told you, they're already begging to have conversations because the world knows their leader has been killed and has been dead for months now. So that's the situation. But a lot of y'all looking at prophecy that hasn't happened yet, is trying to fit it in, and it hasn't happened yet. You're forcing people to think or to see some stuff that you're even admitting on your Facebook pages hasn't happened yet, which is why 2 days ago y'all was all, it's going to be World War III. They bombed Iran. And then today y'all are like, they're changing things. There's things going on, and it's not exactly as bad as y'all said it was before, because it never was that bad. I just didn't know what the hell was going on. So let me explain to you what's going on, or let me let somebody that knows what's going on to explain to you what's going on. It's a lot of us in this investment, but you got to be in the know to know about it. And when something happens, we know about it before y'all know about it, because they have to tell us, because we're going to make money off the shit. So you've heard the saying, America makes money off wars. Well, this is a war that they're making money off of. Like, the point of this was to make money. It's not World War III initiated. In fact, other countries are in on the money play, which is why what you're about to see is not what you thought it was about to be. There's other countries that are about to take out Iran too, right? Countries that aren't supposed to be involved in the war, like Saudi Arabia, the brother to Iran. So let's watch TV. Hit the like button if you haven't already.
The Iranian regime is officially committing suicide on the world stage. In a desperate attempt to force a ceasefire, Tehran has started blindly firing missiles at completely neutral countries like Saudi Arabia, the UAE, even British and French military bases. But they're...
By the way, the news clips you're about to see are from 9 hours ago. So far, 257,000 people have seen this video. This is a pretty big channel, Business Basics, right? Anytime something happens that can be verified on the news, they're going to put it out there, right? So this is all verifiable information. They're even going to show you news clips to prove the verifiable information. This stuff you could Google on your own time while we're watching it be verified, right? But nothing here proves that we're anywhere close to World War III, because the nation that everybody in the Israelite community has been telling you has to shoot these arrows at America ain't about to have no arrows to shoot for a little while. So this is who we're waiting on. We're about to have a minute, which is why I've been trying to tell y'all just stop doing what they was doing in 2000, because every time there's a war, y'all be kicking people out the truth, Okay, but let's explain.
A chaotic strategy of terrorism is backfiring in the worst way imaginable.
I'm trying to stop y'all from making us look like false prophets, because some of y'all think you're prophets and you post online like you know what's going on in the geopolitical hemisphere, and y'all don't know dilly squilly lily dilly pilly squilly dilly.
Well, instead of scarring the globe into submission,
Nearly.
Iran's rogue attacks have just united the world's most powerful militaries against them. Countries that totally refuse to help the United States.
So look at the bottom. Saudi, France, and UK joined the war to defeat Iran. I want to explain something to you guys. If Saudi is involved in the fight to defeat Iran, then Iraq is not going to help. Persia is not going to help. Elam is not going to help. Afghanistan is not going to help. Elam is India, for those of y'all don't know. Asia is not going to help. Japan, China, Taiwan, Vietnam, don't matter. They're not going to help. Because who runs the Middle East, for those of you guys that don't know? If you're a Muslim or know anything about Islam, that's what I was going to do the lesson on tonight. But we'll do that for next week. We're going to save it for next week, right? 7 days. So Islam is run by a place called Mecca. The people in the Middle East that run the place called Mecca for the religion called Islam and the people we know as Muslim are these mother truckers right here. The Saudis. They are the crown princes. They are the forefathers and holders of the holy mosque and state of Islam. So if they don't fight in the Middle East, nobody that's a Muslim fights in the Middle East. You duck monkeys. So, what we have to understand is, if they have joined the war against Iran, this is not what you're telling people it is. Those of you with the lisp that be on the internet, those of you with the little pages that be talking about the prophecy all the time and don't ever be right about it. Those of you that got the news channels that you be talking about, and the news always never as bad as you be trying to tell people it is. Now you see, or you're about to see, what you thought was happening is not what was happening. This is a coordinated effort, a coordinated war that multiple countries are in on. Everybody is turning their back on Iran because Iran don't have a leg to stand on. Duh. The reason they jumped in here was because it was time to kill Kamimi's children. The last surviving members of him, because his oldest son died with him 2 months ago. If you've been paying attention. So they bombed the family office 2 days ago when they start the war, right? Trump and Netanyahu decided to do this because they had intelligence, just like they had intelligence on Maduro in Venezuela, which is why even though they pulled up with 7 helicopters, loud as hell, on an island, water surrounding, those waves are going to be very loud. You're going to hear them coming from miles away. He couldn't do nothing because there was intelligence that made it so he couldn't go nowhere. They caught him with his pants down, literally. He was probably getting off the toilet when they pulled up. That's why they was able to just walk in the house and take him, right? So same thing is happening here. They got intelligence of where everybody was camped up at, where their new office is at, and they just bombed it. So everybody died. They lost 40 officials in a damn 2 minutes. That was literally the end of the regime. It ended the first day, and y'all didn't even know that. Y'all were telling people, it's World War III, Israel just bombed Iran. If you would just looked up on the news, you would have seen at the same time they're telling you everybody that runs Iran died. So how are we going to have World War III if they don't have nobody to freaking command anything? We killed their president 3 years ago on a plane. He's also the guy that ran their military. The dude that told you the Jews was black, we made the video about it. Remember when we first started the camp? He died that same year on a plane. They killed him. You want to tell everybody the Jews is black while Trump is in office? No, nigga, get out. Or that was the end of Biden's thing. Well, no, it was right before Trump. It was the very end of Trump's thing, and then Biden got in there, and then, yeah. So Trump killed him, right? Then Biden got in there, they got soft on him, and then Trump got in there again, and now Trump's taking him out. So this is literally what's going on. Pay attention.
It's just 48 hours ago, are now sending their own fighter jets and nuclear aircraft carriers to join the bombardment. The Islamic Republic is now fighting a massive war it cannot win. And
so it's already known they can't win this war. If it's already known they can't win this war and their, big brother is fighting against them, Saudi Arabia, why the hell would China and Russia jump in, you idiots? Especially if they didn't jump in the first time when Saudi wasn't involved. When Saudi was actually thinking about not messing with us, thinking about cutting the oil prices and all that stuff the last time we had this deal, they weren't getting involved. Now Saudi's about to kill them. Already announced they're about to throw out some nukes and shoot some rockets and all that type of stuff. And y'all are thinking World War III about to start tomorrow or started this weekend. You're making us look like false prophets. And when things cools down in a week, in 5 days, again, y'all are going to be like, damn, we're here again. And everybody else telling, hey, man, get ready to pack your bag because Jacob Trouble about to start. And there's a whole bunch of prophecies. Ain't even been no famine of the word yet. I'm still on YouTube on Milk Monday, brother and sister. Like, are you serious? We still on Milk Monday. Ain't even a famine of the word. And y'all telling people that World War III going to start tomorrow. And we about to get to tell you about World War III on the YouTube. Y'all forgot the steps of the prophecies and the things that's supposed to happen that lead to World War III. Y'all have not been reading your book of Revelation. That's why I said one day we're going to do this thing, but it ain't going to be today because there's no need. Talking about it today would be irrelevant because there's other things we could talk about, like getting on one accord, coming together like it told us to do. We ain't did that yet.
Right.
It's niggas still arguing about whether the heathen should be saved when we thought we shut that down. Multiple brothers by now. Y'all think the Most High finna let us get out of here? Y'all don't even know the order of salvation yet, you idiots. We're not there yet. Y'all are skipping pieces, skipping parts of the equation of the prophecy of the book. You can't skip. You have to let it play out, whether you like it, understand it, believe it or not. And it ain't played out yet. There's a lot of things have not happened. We're not about to have World War III. It's not about to happen tomorrow. Next week, probably, if you ask me, it ain't happening this year or next year or the year after that or the year after that because of what they have in place right now. Nobody's about to be fighting in a year. How it was calm for a couple years after the pandemic. Wasn't nobody talking about wars. It was just pandemic. Guess what? It's about to be another one. There's a crash coming. All that type of stuff. There's a restructuring of the global currency market. Y'all heard them talking about chips and all that stuff before. Now everybody that believe in a chip forgot about the chip because they're implementing the chips right now. Right. So y'all are skipping steps. Y'all believe in the chip and they're trying to implement the chip and make it so that the global currency market is implemented to the fact where things are, digital, which is how the chip comes into play. They're making every currency market digital. They're going from Swift to digital, right? They're coming out with a digital FID coin, right? Trump made this a Bitcoin economy, got the whole government involved in it, right? Now they're putting gold up there on the map because they have to have something to back the digital currency that they're about to come out with. They already have the laws in place. By the middle of June, they have the Clarity Act that's supposed to be dropping. The Clarity Act is for this digital currency. I know a lot of you niggas don't know that because niggas don't be paying attention to money. Y'all don't be investing. I've been telling y'all about it for 10 years, though. I first told y'all about the investment during the pandemic when we was with SOT. So I've been talking to y'all about this stuff, trying to get y'all prepared, but niggas don't listen to LEL for nothing because, I don't know. Just think I'm stupid or something. But pay attention. It's right here.
Our story starts with the exact moment their blackmail attempt collapsed. So let's look at the evidence. In the first 24 hours of this war, Iran attacked 9 different countries. Well, 2 days later, that number is now 15. Iran has now attacked countries like Oman, Cyprus, France, the United Kingdom, and Italy, on top of every Gulf neighbor they were already hitting. Now, maybe at the start of this war,
he been dead. He's dead. He's gone. Over with. So the president's gone, the Ayatollah's gone. They have no Muslim leader now except for their imam, the spiritual dude. That's it. He's the only guy that exists. And he's not enough to rule the country. So they're already talking to their leadership, the ones that survived. This dude was the president. He's the first one to get killed. He's the guy that told everybody the Jews was black on national television. You can Google it. We played it from YouTube on the channel before. He died. Plane crash. Killed him. Wiped out. 1 year. This was like 2022, 2021, something like that. Then this dude gets killed. Like last year, December, or the beginning of January, whenever they had the thing a couple months ago, and they bombed the, I think that was the end of last year, though, if I'm not mistaken. So he's been dead for weeks, months. They just not put it out there because the rest of his family died. They killed the rest of the sons in the family office, and a couple more of the generals. 40 people died in total in 2 minutes. The first bomb. The war was over. And y'all didn't know that because y'all weren't looking at the news. Y'all were paying attention to niggas on Facebook that don't know what's going on in the news climate. They don't know this is all based on money. This is not a World War III conversation. This is the restructuring of the digital economy. There were 3 countries that were stopping it: Iraq, Iran, and Venezuela. They got Venezuela done. They got Iran just now. So Iraq is next, and they have people over there talking to them right now as we speak. Because they've been delaying things with their government. They're supposed to have election and everything. And things got messed up because the guy that's doing things over there, Maliki, is a puppet for Iran. So they had to get Iran out the way so they could finish what they're trying to do to make everybody digital. They got to get all the oil markets and all the oil countries strapped first. That's why they needed Venezuela. Once they've got Venezuela strapped down in Iran and Iraq and all that stuff, they could start drilling and repricing the price of oil so that they have it done and structured properly for their digital economy. It's only going to take them a couple of weeks. Once they got that done, then they usher in the digital system. And once they got that in place, that's when you guys will hear about it. Once y'all hear about it, it'll already be done.
Mm-hmm.
We'll already know what's going on. Already got paid, all that type of stuff. But y'all will just be hearing about it on the news, and then folks will be like, oh, it's the FRID chip. It's time to go, guys. They're not going to be letting you spend any money without it. And you're still going to have 5 more years before that happens. You duck monkeys. So you heard it here first. But let's pay attention.
Or you could argue that this strategy made a little sense because Iran believed that if they pressured the rich Gulf monarchies enough, these monarchies would put pressure on the Trump administration to basically force US into a ceasefire. This kind of made sense because initially every Gulf state publicly opposed the US-Israeli assault on Iran. They
only guy left
basically force US into a ceasefire.
This mother trucker right here. The only man in their government left is this guy. Him right here. If you watch the news, he the only one still talking. Him and another skinhead guy that kind of look like him, just a little bit younger. There's only 2 of them left. They're the ones behind their people's back talking to Trump. And people that are actually Iranian, not the Muslim type, they're in the area happy as hell because they're like, we're about to get our country back.
All right.
All you gotta do is pay attention to the news, not the Israelites that think they know what's going on, that don't know what's going on, because they don't know what's going on. They haven't known the whole time. Every time a bomb is thrown, they tell you it's about to go down, and it's not. They would have been the guys that would have fallen out the truth in 2001 after 2000 didn't go down, because nothing they say comes to pass, because they're skipping prophecies. They're skipping steps. You can't skip steps.
Kinda made sense because initially every Gulf state publicly opposed the US-Israeli assault on Iran. They refused to provide bases and they even closed down their airspace to US jets.
So 2 days ago, everybody opposed doing it. Now everybody's jumping in the war. Why? Let's figure it out. Could it be because it was all coordinated and they were supposed to make it seem like nobody was going to jump in and then all do it? Like, they were all supposed to make it seem like everybody was on Maduro's side. And then one day they just said, well, hell, they already got him. So let's just let him get him. And then they picked him up. He didn't get no help from none of the countries they just told us had his back. They told us 2 days before that that Maduro was in contact with Russia and China and they were sending them weapons and he didn't get to use the weapons because they picked him up. What the hell? That don't make no sense. Could it be that Russia and China sent that aircraft carrier over there to give America the intelligence on Maduro because they're all working together because they need the digital economy too? Oh. But y'all don't know that, do you? Because y'all aren't involved. Even though I tried to get you involved.
Despite all this, Iran kept attacking these.
You know, like the people that knew about Bitcoin before Bitcoin went off, they were telling you to buy the Bitcoin, and then you started buying Bitcoin after it was worth $100,000 and you only make $50,000 a year. You were late, right? This is the same thing. Some of y'all are coming to the party late, and the news you're getting is the late news. You're not getting the news from people that know what's going on because when it's happening is already happening. So, like, you're only being able to catch it after it happens because that's when the news tells you about it. They can't tell you as it's happening. They tell you after it has happened. So when you catch the news, you're late, meaning you're catching up. So if you keep going by the news, you're going to continue to be late because they're moving ahead of you. They're showing you things that already happened. And we're in America. This stuff happened. How far are they? Like 8 hours ahead of us? You got to take that into account too. The time is ahead. It's literally happening before us. So, yeah. But we're almost done.
Countries anyways. And now the calculus has completely
Big dog.
changed. These countries now see Iran as their number one threat, and they're responding accordingly. Let's start with Saudi Arabia, because this is the biggest surprise. Saudi made it clear from the beginning that they were not going to let US use the base it had in the country.
They made it clear from the beginning. We're not going to get involved in the war. We love our brothers, Iran. We're not going to get involved. We're not going to let America use our base in the Middle East. And where's America on their way to? In fact, they said, why don't y'all post up in Iraq? Because we will handle it ourselves. We're going to bomb them on our own. And that's what they're doing. Watch. It's amazing.
They would also...
I didn't see that coming only because you didn't pay attention to what was going on. You're paying attention to what they show you.
not let US use the Saudi airspace for any attack on Iran, and on top of that, they promised no support for strikes on Iran. They did everything possible to say
no support. They did everything possible to say they was going to stay out of it.
Neutral. But despite all that, Iran is attacking Saudi Arabia nonstop. That's why the Saudi calculus has changed. Here's more details.
Back to that.
Why did Iran know to attack Saudi and all these nations that we didn't know that they were going to attack? Because they know who's in on the plane and who's not in on the plane. Contrary to what you guys don't know, when it comes to global politics, geopolitical atmosphere, right? Geopolitics work like this. Countries and diplomats, the reason diplomats exist is because countries, though they don't like each other, they have to work together in order for things to work in the world. So a lot of times they have coordinated meetings where they think about doing things that we don't know that they're thinking about doing, unless you're making money with what they're thinking about doing. Because in every single country, they have donors that they have to talk to for things they're thinking about doing. The country doesn't just pull money out of the treasury and say, hey, we're going to use this for a war. They have people invest in it. If you know where to look, and if you know where to go, and if you know what to do, you too can become an investor in these things. I invest in wars. So just telling you, I've told you before, I don't mind telling you, it's not illegal, right? I'm a currency speculator. So I know where to look for currencies during the wars and all that type of stuff, just like they did with Bitcoin and XRP and all that stuff that y'all didn't know about, because I've heard about this stuff. I just chose to invest in different things because I don't do the digital. I know about the truth. So anything digital, I'm not joining in because I know once ish really hits the fan, you're not going to be able to get any of that stuff. So you would need gold, you would need silver, things you could physically barter with, not anything digital that wants to, circuits and all of the computers and stuff like that in America don't work no more. And stuff like you're not going to be able to get to your money because it's digital. You ain't going to have no Wi-Fi. So, yeah. Cell phone tower is gonna be done. So, like, yeah, you're gonna need physical things to be able to barter with. They know this, which is why they're starting to usher in digital economy along with gold, silver, copper, and precious metals and stuff like that, because they know that that's what they're gonna have to use to reback this digital economy. So that the smart people that have both the digital stuff and the physical stuff that's not fiat, right? They will be in a situation to still live and survive because they got both the digital stuff and the physical stuff. So I've been teaching you about the physical stuff and what's going to turn into digital stuff and how you can get money off of it. But y'all didn't want to listen to me. And I don't talk about this stuff on these type of videos. So we're not going to do that here. But I've done it before. So if you missed out, that's your fault.
Breaking news just into CNN about Saudi Arabia. It says that it is prepared to respond if Iran continues its retaliatory attacks. CNN international diplomatic editor Nick Robertson joins us now. What have you learned, Nick?
Yeah, this is a really new and big step by the Crown Prince here to authorize the possibility of Saudi.
Something else you guys didn't know. If you've been watching boxing and stuff like that and UFC, Saudi Arabia has been trying to become more Americanized. They've been trying to do boxing events and sport events every single month where they're letting people come from all over the world to Saudi Arabia, a place you never would have thought of going to before because you might get killed or bombed or your head chopped off because you're not a Muslim, right? Now there's a white man standing in the middle of Riyadh, and they have this thing called Riyadh season, right? They got a man named Turki al-Sheikh who's in charge, who's his best friend, who came up from the bottom. Now he's here, right? And he literally is in charge of all sport events in Saudi Arabia. He took over UFC. He's partners with Dana White now. They started a boxing thing, right? He's partnered with regular boxing. They're having fights over there in the Middle East. Eddie Hearn and them, Riyadh season. So they're trying to Americanize even the Middle East because of the digital economy. They know what's coming and that people are going to be able to use money and that people are going to have money they didn't have before. So they're trying to open things up. They're not getting ready to have World War III. They're about to calm the earth down, have another pandemic, put you guys back in your houses, and then start things right back over again. They've been telling you this for years, but y'all haven't paid. It's like y'all just and then they literally do things to show you what they're doing, and y'all still just it's a fight, guys. World War III, it's coming. And in the prophecies tell us this thing's got to happen. Like, we got to stop being able to teach the Bible first. But here I am telling you what's about to happen on YouTube. So how are we that close to World War III? We haven't even had a famine of the word yet. That's a very important step because, the word is what tells you what's going to happen in the last days. So if they still allow all of us to have our Bibles, how this going to turn into the Book of Eli type scenes? That's what we was talking about before, right? I was telling y'all, watch the Book of Eli and all that stuff. They tell you to know your Bible. Whoever knows the Bible knows the end times, and they took the Bibles from everybody. Eli was the most powerful guy because he's the only guy that knew the Bible by heart. Nobody else read their Bible. So they all wanted a physical copy. They couldn't have physical copies, so only one existed. He had a 1611 King James, had all the books in it, but he memorized it. So he didn't need to have it. So when they took it from him, he was still able to understand what was going on and to live out the book and everything because he memorized it. That's to study and to show yourself approved for the end times and for the kingdom. So we're supposed to be understanding what's going on. But a lot of y'all are showing you don't understand what's going on, even as teachers, because you're telling people things about to happen that ain't about to happen. It's not.
The response if Iran attacks Saudi Arabia again. He called their attacks yesterday and in the early hours of today cowardly. He said that these attacks by Iran were cowardly because Iran knew, the Crown Prince said, Iran knew that Saudi airspace was not being used to attack Iran, and this has incensed him. There have been attacks around the capital here that have been intercepted. There was an attack near a military airfield in the north of the country. There have been attacks.
So look, everybody's supposed to hate the Great Whore, but right now the Great Whore looks like Iran. Qatar is about to fight their ass. The UAE is already geared up. Oman geared up because the last time, remember, they shot Oman and Qatar on purpose last time because of what was going on with America and Israel, right? So they was already mad from 2 months ago. And they're like, all right, bet. Now you just shooting brothers and stuff. We getting in. We ain't even got to shoot. No, you ain't got to point at us this time. So now their brothers are fighting them. Qatar, the United Arab Emirates, and Saudi Arabia. The literal 12 princes of Ishmael. They're all fighting against Iran. Elon. So how the hell we gonna have World War III and we ain't got the wild man involved in it? The wild man is on Esau's side right now. So how the hell is any of the stuff you talking about, Dawad, gonna happen, brother? Be posting the prophecies and you've been wrong the whole time. I gotta say it, because you have been. Like, that's wrong. So, yeah, just, yeah.
Further east, much closer to the Persian Gulf, much closer to Iran. They've been repelled so far, but the Crown Prince has said that because of Iran's actions, he is putting the country, Saudi Arabia's security first, the safety of its territory, the safety of its citizens, the safety of its residents. He's putting those things first. And for that reason, he says, he is authorizing the right and the military here to respond if they are attacked by Iran. And also we heard from the Foreign Ministry here on their Twitter feed last night that the Crown Prince had a telephone conversation with President Trump, and in that conversation the Crown Prince had full support from President Trump. This is how the Saudis were reporting it. Full support from President Trump for how they should respond.
Now,
so they're getting full support from the great whore on how to respond against Iran, and y'all are telling people that we're about to start World War III. How, nigga? How? They're supposed to be against us. Not asking our president for help, calling him for advice and permission. They're supposed to be pointing arrows at us to shoot them and fire them, right? Dominique? Yeah, I'm calling out names of all the false prophets now because y'all niggas is wrong. You don't know what you're talking about. You've been wrong for months. Every prophecy regarding this war you guys have given has not come to pass. All you've told us is what we see on TV. They're throwing bombs. You turned into the Gap Band. She dropped a bomb on me. We see it, Nick. It's on TV. Is that World War III? No, it's not. You know why? Because there's prophecies that haven't happened yet. Jacob's been in trouble since we've been in America. But Jacob's trouble hasn't started yet. My nigga. let me say it again. Jacob's been in trouble since we came into America. But Jacob's trouble has yet to commence. I don't care what nobody tells you. It hasn't started yet. Not the trouble we're waiting on. There's levels. When we're about to start the war, the trouble is going to start. We'll be in position to start a famine, right? Before Trump was in office, Biden almost had us in a famine. You had them big-ass locusts flying all over the place. Looked like it was over with. You don't see them no more. They controlled it. The CDC got that under control. Mossad threw it out there and then pulled it back. Oh, you niggas trying to say the heathen. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. Whoa. He pulled it back. Now we not there. We're not there no more. Right. Now they're giving you scripted events for digital economy, making up and ushering in of digital global system. They can't do this without global cooperation. Everybody wants involved with this. China wants to make money. Russia wants to make money. Saudi wants to make money. Iran even wants to make money. That's why right now, behind your back, in the midst of a war, they're also communicating with America. You can go on Al Jazeera. You could go on any of them Muslim sites for news in the Middle East. Forget America's lying media. You could go to the Middle East, and they will tell you in the Middle East that they have started talks as of yesterday with the new government because Trump isn't gonna, put that little prince guy involved. He ain't gonna put him in office no more. The prince that's used to be the prince that's in New York right now. They're not throwing him in office no more. They're gonna do what they did with Venezuela and allow remaining, people that run the country to do that. So, this is what it is. A lot of y'all just didn't know what was going on, right? Which is fine. So,
Saudi is getting ready to retaliate, and they are going even further than defense. We'll get to that in just a second. But first, let's also talk about the UAE, the country Iran has attacked the most. More drones and missiles have been fired towards the UAE than any.
UAE has a couple of the princes, right? UAE has got Midianite princes and they've got Ishmaelite princes. They're together in the same land, right? And they've elected a royal family amongst the both of them, right? Kurd and Midianite. Well, Kurds is Midian, but Kurd and Ishmael, I'll say. Kurd and Ishmael. So Midian and Ishmael got brothers living together in the UAE. And they're partners with America, which is why Iran don't like them. They're Muslim partners with the enemy of the Middle East. Don't you think when it's time for the war that they gonna not be partners no more? Just saying. I would think when it's time for the war that Saudi and Midian are not going to be dealing with Esau. They're going to be pointed towards the great horde. They're going to be against them, not working with them to kill Elam. And I told y'all before, if you know anything about Iran, me personally, I don't even think Iran is the country we're waiting on. If things turn out the way I think they are, the way it looks like they're going to, they're about to fizzle out as a country that even causes problems in the Middle East. So that means it's going to be a whole nother Muslim empire that's going to pop up. Because in a minute, they're not going to be Muslim no more. They're going to go back to being Persian. Because this is who that is. This is Persian Mede Empire. That's what Iran is. For you duck monkeys that don't understand that. So I've always thought it would be like an Iraq or something like that. That would be the ones that would turn. Because, they actually got Ishmael in there. Or Saudi, because they got Ishmael in there. Qatar, because they got Ishmael in there, right? Not Iran. Y'all only been thinking Iran because they popped up as the Muslim, enemies to the Middle East because they're the one country that wasn't always Muslim. So they had to make a big bang when the Muslim guys moved in the 70s. But they're about to try to not make them Muslim no more. So are they still going to be the nation that everybody's thinking it is? Or will it be somebody else? Because again, Iran is supposed to be Elam, not Ishmael, the wild man. Persians and Medes was in this area, not Ishmael. Ishmael, Saudi Arabia. They're different places as you just saw on the map. Right? I know you're not good with history and stuff. So I mentioned this last time when it happened, but now I'm mentioning it again because you see that their Ayatollah's dead. So the whole Muslim influence that makes them the enemy of the Middle East is only going to last so much longer. If they get a Persian in office, they're not going to be the enemy of the Middle East no more. They become an American state in the Middle East. So they're not all that crap that y'all been talking about them being the enemy that y'all been focused on that's going to shoot the arrows. That means you got to point your prophecy at another country in the Middle East. Guys, particularly the two I named earlier. Yeah. So put that in your pipe and choke on it or smoke it or whatever you like to do these days.
The other country, including Israel, which is actually fighting this war against Iran. The UAE Defense Ministry just confirmed the numbers. Out of 441 drones, UAE has taken down 506, and out of 165 missiles, UAE has taken down 152. These
how are we gonna start a war? and you can shoot 541 missiles and only 32 of them hit? What you gonna do with 30? What? Whoa. And then out of 165, only 13 hit? Like, bruh, you suck. You can't kill nobody with that. Y'all telling people we finna start World War III? You think they finna hit America? And they can't even hit Israel? They can't even hit Saudi Arabia. They can't even hit the UAE. We got better defense systems in the UAE. Out of 165, they shot down 152 ballistic missiles. Ballistic missiles is the whole reason why Trump started the war. They agreed to not have any uranium, right? That was going to be used for ballistic missiles. They agreed to not have a nuclear program, but they didn't agree to destroy their ballistic missiles. So Trump said, if you don't destroy the ballistic missiles in 24 hours, we're going to bomb you. And then he bombed them in 14 hours. Then he didn't give them 24. Because the whole point was to get rid of the missiles. Now, we're seeing their missiles aren't even effective because we're America. We're further than the UAE. They can't even shoot somebody 15 feet from their ass. 165 missiles shot, 152 shot down. 13 fell into the sea. They literally hit them with nothing. Nothing hit them. Nothing. Nada. Negro. Nadisto. So, what war, guys? How Iran gonna shoot us and they can't even shoot their brother next door? But y'all didn't know that because y'all don't be paying attention. Right? Oh, okay.
165 missiles, UAE has taken down 152. These numbers are actually insane, especially considering that UAE hasn't done anything to Iran. Only reason they're getting hammered is because they are considered a US ally. These attacks have real consequences. Across all of the Gulf countries combined, there have been dozens of casualties, maybe even more, civilians, tourists, and workers. That's why the Gulf states held a meeting with the United States on Sunday night, and they released a public statement condemning everything the Islamic regime is doing. On top of that, Saudi Arabia is also preparing to strike back. That coalition.
So I think we've exposed enough of this already. All right, so yeah. Hopefully that makes sense. So yeah, World War III tomorrow? I don't think so. I don't think it's gonna happen in the next 5 years, if you ask me. I think we got a little bit closer to 15, but that's just me. You know, I know y'all want to hear that. So, you know, if they do what they're trying to do with the digital economy, we probably got somewhere around 30, 35 years before we get up out of here. Because nobody's gonna be fighting. There's not gonna be no wars. Everybody's gonna be trying to make money. You know what I'm saying? And when that system collapses, that's when they're going to need more money. So more money means more war. That's when everything goes to crap. Because there's nothing you could do after they make it digital and that economy goes to the toilet. Once they got to flush that, ain't no coming back. And they know that. So what they're doing now is trying to usher in a whole new economy. Instead of fiat currency, we're going to make it digital. And instead of it not being backed by anything to make it a fiat digital currency, we're going to back it by things. So they're going to try to do what they can do to stretch this junk out as far as possible, as long as possible. They've already started it, and they're clearly making it a global effort. All the countries that weren't involved in the global effort are being destroyed. They're being trampled. They're putting a new regime in there that's cool with the global effort. If you ain't realizing, that's literally been the goal the whole time. And they started wars to distract y'all. So like the Ukraine and Russia war, even though that war's been going on for 4 or 5 years, has it stopped anything? No. But y'all thought that was World War III too, right? Because y'all didn't know what was going on. Even though I told you. So things might not happen when they say originally they're going to happen because they give you time frames. But the time frames are based off coordinated political timing. So things that they tell you aren't going to happen until it's meant to happen. And it's not meant to happen until they have all of their ducks in a row. And they're currently lining the goddamn ducks up. They're doing it right now. All of them. And they're working together to do it. And y'all are telling people that they're not. And it's in our face that they are. Like they're literally in our face working together to make everybody be on one accord for this new digital economy. They're telling you about XRP. Some of y'all that know about investing in digital stuff, you know XRP is going to be one of the frameworks for the digital economy. They're able to invest in XRP in the Middle East. Why? Because it's a global effort. So now let's switch gears a little bit, because since we were talking about Iran, we also got to talk about Israel, right? And you should know what direction we're going to go in for talking about Israel. You know what I'm saying? I went on ChatGPT just to see what ChatGPT would say, since I pay for it, right? And I got that free stuff. And I showed y'all the type of results they were giving us last week, right? Or 2 weeks ago, whenever it was that we looked at it. So I decided, why not see if ChatGPT gonna tell me what the Israelites looked like during antiquity. And lo and behold, you fake Jews, your time is numbered, because ChatGPT, as long as you pay for it, will not lie to you any longer. Yeah, I haven't quite figured out what type of algorithm this runs on yet. I'm still working on it. But whatever it is, it can be broken. And it ain't like Google where you got to like type stuff in to break it. You just got to ask this thing the right questions. And I think give it some money. So as long as you pay for it and you're asking the right questions, and you got to pay for Plus. So as long as you're paying for it, you know, it'll give you some answers. And there's a version above Plus that's like $250 a month or something like that. If you get that version, you probably get better answers than I get, which is, yeah, when I got the money, I'm going to just pay for it for my, I want to see just to, yeah, that'd be nice. But anyway, so I asked ChatGPT, yo, what did the Jews look like during antiquity? Don't give me no mainstream answer, none of that crap. Chat says, I'm going to answer you straight without dismantling your perspective and without pretending the mainstream narrative is flawless. First, mainstream scholarship does not claim ancient Israelites were all white. That's actually a misunderstanding of the academic position. So when you ask somebody on the street, what the Jews look like, they always tell you Middle Eastern. And when you look at a Middle Eastern person, most of them are white. Some of them, if you look up like Ishmael and the people in the UAE and the Muslim countries, some of them look white, some of them look what they now would call Mediterranean, right? But back in the day, Mediterranean looked different. If y'all remember the lesson we did last week, I showed you guys sea peoples, right? In fact, let me see if I could. I want to see something right quick. Yeah, this right here, right? So we talked about the sea peoples last week. Y'all can see this, not? No, maybe he's not there. But
I can see it.
So this will be an image of Danite and Israelite sea peoples, right? One garment will be, you know, Dan, Asher, which is over here. Issachar, the sea peoples we talked about last week, right? When they get in their ships, you read that Judges 5 and you see like Asher and Dan remained in their ships. That's because we proved, right? Thanks to Panah's video and my history that we showed and the history that Ariala's been going into and Yawasop's been going into from Ram Gadar Gabarim as well, right? Like we're all on one accord as far as we now can prove that the Phoenicians, the sea people that were Phoenicians, the Greeks, the Vikings were Israelites. These were Israelite sea people, seafarers, sea traders, pirates that used to travel the entire earth through the seas and colonizing places. The first place they colonized together was the Greek world. It was known as the Dorian invasions. We proved that, right? They move into the Greek world, turn the Peloponnese into Greek, and we have the Greek world. Then they get put in captivity. The Greek world becomes the Roman world by the people that put them in captivity. Right? So before all that Roman stuff happened, this is what we would dress like as Israelites and sea people. The crowns that you see Vikings wear, that came from us. That's the crown of the sea person. That's the sea king crown. Right? Phoenicians are known for wearing purple. Well, we would wear that purple garment while on the sea if we had some of them in our ranks. So we were actually these people too. This is a ChatGPT description and depiction of Israelite sea people in Israelite garments and in Phoenician garments. And you see they look the same because they're the same damn people, right? This is us in Scandinavia. And this is just Dan. I just wanted to, yeah. So, bow. All right. Now, Israelites. See what they looked like. So, ChatGPT says they're not all white. All right. That's misunderstanding of the academic position. Modern race categories like white and black did not exist in antiquity the way we use them today. Ancient people described them by tribe. Let me see. Okay. All right, we'll do that. All right, by tribe, ethnicity, language, religion, region, and occasionally complexing, but in relative terms, right? So we'll talk about this too, because here, this is still kind of a mainstream answer. Yes, they did describe us by complexion. It wasn't always relatively, because a lot of the times it was direct to who we are and based off titles that we were given and only we were given, as we've proven, which we'll prove again with this very ChatGPT model. But the question would be, if we're looking into antiquity and the people over there now don't look anything like the people did during antiquity in the land, it's safe to say they're no way, shape, or form like the people, of the land. If there's different descriptions, which we'll look over again, of Israelites during antiquity being dark, swarthy, olive, we have to quantify what that means. Mediterranean even. Because now they don't tell you Mediterranean, they tell you Middle Eastern. They're both geographical locations, but Mediterranean people had a look during antiquity, and it was dark skin, which we're going to prove. Phoenicians, right? They were black. When you look up Hannibal, they always say he was a black man, right? So the Israelites, if they're likened to Phoenicians, that would also mean that they were black people. They had the same phenotype, right? So check this out. It says, what did ancient Israelites look like? Gives us two options, right? And here it's going to talk about the cranial structure, because it's going to let you know that the white people don't have the same, brain structure as this image right here. This you can clearly tell is a black person. This you can clearly tell is a caveman, right? This looks like your 6th grade language arts teacher. And this looks like a brother on the street with a kufi cap on, or a scully, right? With an afro, in a beard. How I be wearing mine sometimes, where you got the goatee, you let it just hang. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what that is, right? Watch this. Genetic and archaeological evidence places them among Northwest Shemitic peoples. Watch the people it places them amongst. Phoenicians, Canaanites, and Arameans. Arameans is the people that spoke Aramaic, right? You never know what they look like. They just tell you Aramaic. They never say Aramean, and you never get a depiction of an Aramean or see what they look like. They were black. But the two people that they mention above the Arameans, you should just know what they look like. Canaanites, they're from Africa. So they have an African look. Phoenicians, they're from Africa. So they have an African look, right? These are Tyrian Zidonians. People that run the Levant region. They're literally right next to us. They go back and forth from Egypt too. They go to Greece too, right? So these are black people just like us. It's literally telling you that. These are the 3 groups that they're likened to. It didn't liken them to Qatari people or Jordanian people or Saudi Arabian people. It said Phoenicians, Canaanites, and Arameans. First step. Populations are closest biblically to modern Lebanese, Palestinians, Druze, and some Syrians. That's population, not the people. The people, genetic and archaeological evidence places them with the same group as Phoenicians, Canaanites, Arameans, black people. Their populations, meaning where they're inhabited, is closely similar to Lebanese, Palestinians, Druze, and Syrians, right? Watch this, which means they would likely have ranged from olive, brown, copper skin tone, not Northern European pale, but also not necessarily sub-Saharan African. And I don't look sub-Saharan African, so I don't mind them saying not sub-Saharan African, because me and Nak don't look like a Kimbe Mutombo. We don't. So we don't look sub-Saharan African. We look Phoenician. We look Aramean, right? That's what we look like. Copper tone. This is copper skin, right? Olive. Olives come in 3 colors: green, brown, and black. I ain't never seen a person as dark as a black olive. I've never seen a green person. So if they're telling you olive color, the olive they were depicting in the Middle East was the brown one. Yes, Lord. Yes. Yes. Fact. Wait. Let me show you. Just want to show you something real quick. Because why would they have a olive depiction that we hear all the time and nobody knows where it comes from? So let's look into this. Brown olives are typically a variety of black olives, which can originate from a variety of regions. The Middle East is known for its olive cultivation, particularly in countries like Greece, Turkey, and Lebanon. This is about to tell you that the olive complexion thing actually comes from the Greeks, who we know on this channel are Israelites. Japhet was Peloponnesian. Greek is when the Israelites, primarily the tribe of Dan, start moving over there to the land, starting with Cyprus, and then Javan, which is Greek, right? Greece. So once we move to Javan and take them over, we become Greek. We teach them a language called the A script, which we learn with the Phoenicians. This is where Paleo-Hebrew comes from, right? This is how we were able to communicate with each other. The Greeks didn't speak that. So we taught them the long Greek A script, which is the script that they use today to teach us English, right? Turkey also used it, and Lebanon also used it, right? So ironically, these places also is where they have the olive cultivation. Turkey is where Persia's and Median Empire was, where a lot of our people were moving to and going to, right? So they got these olive depictions from places we were at, and we're the olive colored people. Many olive varieties, include brown ones, are grown in Mediterranean climates, which include parts of the Middle East. Olives have been cultivated in the Middle East for thousands of years, contributing to their historical significance. All right. So it's a Middle Eastern description and depiction for brown people, guys. You understand? So let's pull this back up. It's good to know history, you know. It comes in handy sometimes. So look, not like sub-Saharan Africans. Great. We're not sub-Saharan Africans. So when you say brown and black like Phoenicians, brown/swarthy, yes, very plausible. Jet black sub-Saharan Makimbo Mutombo phenotype, that's debated and not strongly supported archaeologically, which is great because I don't support it archaeologically. Duh. If Christ was born as if he was burned in a furnace, that could literally be my complexion, because we're darker than other people that are considered Mediterranean, but we're not sub-Saharan African looking in phenotype. So some of y'all be like, Christ was dark black, like he was Wesley Snipes black, but Wesley Snipes black still isn't black like a Kimbe Mutombo. Wesley got a little bit more color than a Kimbe does, if we're being honest. So that's what you got to take into account. You got me? All right. So moving on. What do ancient sources say? Greco-Roman. We just talked about Greek. Writers sometimes describe Near Eastern people as dark, swarthy, burnt, Phoenician, colored. Bruh. They black. That's us. our color, our descriptions. Swarthy is what they described the Celts. That's how they described the Danes. That's how they described the Primitive Empire in Russia. Burnt, Phoenician colored. That's why at some point they called this Ethiopian, because the burnt was where that word comes from. Ethiopic. Right? So in the Greek, the Roman literature, black, meles, or Niger often meant dark hair, dark complexion, or tanned Mediterranean tone. And when it says relative to Greeks, this is mainstream because the Greeks were black. It's giving you an answer as if Alexander the Greek was a real Greek. He's a freak, not a Greek. There's a difference. So the dark complexion relative to Greeks doesn't make any sense because the Greeks were dark. They were black. The Minoans were black. The Mycenaeans were black. And the Israelites were black. So we all were dark. We all had dark hair. So it wasn't a hair complexion thing because nobody had light hair in the freaking region. Even Alexander, being an Edomite, he didn't have brown hair. His mother was a Persian. His hair was black. I mean, he didn't have red hair. It was black. So everybody in the region had dark hair. Don't let them fool you with that. The complexion was what they were talking about when they mentioned the color. That's what it's relative to. So Meles and Niger were what you were described by based off your color. Persinius Niger or nigger, however you want to say his name, he was black. That's why they called him that. And they tell you that. So tanned Mediterranean tone. My dad is like a Mediterranean tone. Tanned Mediterranean would be me. You understand? So it did not automatically mean modern American means black, right? But it does if you think of us not being sub-Saharan African, because we're not. That's why they called us Niger, because we are literally those people that are described at this exact description. And then it mentions Acts 13:1, the scripture that we use for that, right? And then it says sometimes hair or complexion. But we know this is not talking about hair because everybody in the region had dark hair. There were no redhead Edomites predominantly by number in Rome. They all had black hair. Caesar had black hair. Titus and Vespasian had black hair. Nero had blonde hair. So blonde or black, that's literally what you got. You didn't get much red. And if they're talking about a blonde hair person, they're obviously not trying to call them swarthy if you're talking about their, complexion or anything, because typically the blonde hair person wouldn't be dark in skin either. So if everybody got black hair, they're going to be talking about the black people with the black hair, not the white person with the black hair. Because everybody got black hair. So Niger would refer to a skin complexion. That's a fact. Again, they have to use the politically correct answer because this is still ChatGPT. So sometimes hair or complexion, right? But I'm telling you, it was never hair. Never, ever hair. It was always complexion. And all the books prove that. So doesn't prove sub-Saharan African ancestry, which is fine because we're not sub-Saharan African. So now here's where your question, you're right about the question things. Medieval and Renaissance European art absolutely painted Jesus, Israelites, and biblical kings as Northern European, and that was cultural projection, not archaeology. So yes, European art often made biblical figures look European, but that's different from saying scholars claimed Israelites were Anglo-Saxon, which that's wrong because Anglo-Saxons were black, according to scholarship. So this is still a mainstream answer, and we've proven that to you. But there you go. So as you see, even ChatGPT will tell you that the Jews of antiquity looked like you and me. That's just what it is. Whether you like it, understand it, believe it or not. So the Jews were black. Israelites were black. The sea peoples were black, right? They looked like this. Yeah. So, all right, guys. That's all I got for y'all tonight. So, we're not in World War III. We're not going to be for a little while. I can promise you that. It's not going to start tomorrow. It's not going to start this year. Everything happening now is coordinated. It's all planned. And they already talked about it before it was happening. Everybody involved in the investments knows what's going to happen before it's going to happen. And we're not worried about the war because they told us there was going to be a war. It's going to last 4 weeks. By the end of March, they're not going to be talking about this anymore. It's going to take 4 weeks or less to do what Trump's trying to do in Iran. So in 4 weeks or less, Dominique, Dawad, and everybody else that was talking about, the end of the world is coming. Y'all are going to be wrong like y'all were wrong last month when this happened. And in December and November when it happened, right? So, yeah, and 2 years ago when it happened, during the 90 Days War, and when it happened with Ukraine in 2018, y'all gonna just keep being wrong because y'all don't know what's going on in the political framework of things. So just be cool and get you some smooth like butter and stop paying attention to the news because y'all don't know what the hell going on.
All praises, all praises. Yeah, I like that, Cap. I like the way you ended that.
They gotta do something because prophecy ain't people's thing, apparently.
God.
Just saying.
No, it never has been. I don't know how many times people have predicted something and they still around and looking stupid in a sense.
And they make us look stupid because it's like we're associated with them, and then they make it look like we just never know what we're talking about. So, yeah, it make the whole community look crazy because we never know what we're talking about.
God.
And it's like they just need to just put some butter on and eat some food or something because, it's not working.
And what are we supposed to do, saints, while all this is going on, right? All this stuff that's been going on that has been repeating itself over and over and over. The same thing. They use the same system, the same scheme, the same tactics. I mean, we've been seeing it. And I'm older, so I remember this coming around before with Iran, with Iran. So let it be known that this is something that is prophesied to war. I think it's even in the thumbnail, wars and rumors of wars, right?
Yeah.
That's multiplicity. That's not just one event. So we got to keep things where they are. All right.
Real quick. It's like to prepare, right? We need to be preparing. This is the time to prepare, not to just scare everybody.
That's right.
So get you some XRP, get you some Bitcoin, stack up on gold, silver, all that type of stuff to get your family in the right situation, especially if you're staying in America when things hit the fan. Because we'll be able to barter, we'll be able to trade, we'll be able to be safe till the chariots come pick us up, right? That's what's supposed to happen. The prophecy in 2nd Esdras tells you we're going to be straight. We're going to be in our own little situations where we're straight while everybody else is panicking. Well, we need money to get in those situations. These investments that I've been trying to tell y'all about that they're gearing up to make happen this year, they're literally trying to put you in a situation, God is anyway, to be able to prepare for the time. And you'll have years to prepare for it. Because we're not as close as some of y'all wrong people have been telling us we are.
Right.
We can't be because there's things prophetically that have not happened yet. Right? So, if you check the prophecies, realize there's still seals that have not been opened. We got to get to 7 of them. We're like 3 or 4. Got some ways to go, guys. So, that being the case, y'all need to prepare, right? Get you some things. If you want to currency speculate like me, Venezuela's for sale. Iraqi dinars for sale. You were used to be able to buy the Iranian currency before they put the sanctions on them. The sanctions will be off once they get a deal. If you could get some before they revalue the currency, you could buy that. Afghanistan, Vietnam. There's a bunch of currencies you could look up that we've been in wars with that have not gone digital yet, that are gearing up to make their currencies digital. The currencies are cheap. Once they revalue, they will be worth money. All of them are about to be controlled by Trump and his family. That's why he did what he did with Venezuela, because they're one of the countries on the list. I got that. A whole lot of it. I got Iraq. A whole lot of it. I got Iran. A whole lot of it. Why am I telling all this? Because y'all could get it too. Y'all could prepare. Once it happens, I ain't gonna be teaching you niggas no more. Me and my girl are moving. Yes. Going to go stay with Matatua in Africa, and I'm going to wake up people around the four corners of the earth till Christ pull up on the scene. I'm not staying here. For what? Why? It's over. It's already done. When y'all are fishing for goods and trying to get Band-Aids from Rite Aid and CVS, we going to be somewhere else teaching the Bible, waiting on this shit to hit the fan, right? But for those of you who don't want to stay, y'all can stay. I'm just saying, have things in order so that you're not getting killed while it's happening, right? Be in a place where you could gather yourselves together. Be in a situation where you could get some land and put each other in the same situation in communities, right? Because you have time to do it. That's what the Bible says we're supposed to do. Within our gates, we're supposed to be able to save the widow and the orphan and have all these people come by, like it tells you in 2nd Ezra chapter 2, verses 28 to 42. Read it for yourself if you've never read it before. It's a prophecy of how we're supposed to be in America in the last days, right before we get picked up. We don't have a community like that yet, meaning the Most High is giving us an opportunity to put that in place. Some of y'all ain't got your mind there. You're only worried about World War III instead of preparing to not get killed in it so you can be picked up in that hour. You understand? Because if you die, you're not getting picked up. It's one or the other, my nigga. You feel me? So that's how it works. 2nd Ezra. You know what, Knock? You got a couple seconds. Let's read it for the ad. We'll end on this note. So, 2nd Ezra chapter 2. Started like 28. Let me see. We ain't read this in a minute.
Yeah, what, 27?
27.
Started
verse 27. 2nd Ezra 2 and verse 27. Let's read it. This is how we're supposed to be. None of you guys are in a position to do this for the community yet, and you should be preparing to do this. We should all be preparing to do this if you're going to stay in America, because this is the way it says you're supposed to be saved out of the situation. When it tells you gather yourselves together, contrary to what IUIC says or GOCC says, it's not just gathering amongst your camp. Us as camps together, whether you believe in everything to the same or not, because it still tells you we're not going to agree on everything until Shiloh come. We're not going to be on totally one accord until Christ come back. So we're supposed to still be able to gather together without fully agreeing together to put us in this situation. Read that, Ak.
It's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 2, and verse 27. Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance.
So others will weep and be sorrowful, but you shall be merry and have abundance. I'll be a billionaire by the end of the year. All the crap I have. Or whenever everything happens, based on political timing. But a lot of y'all are going to be in the same situation because you never prepared for anything when you had the opportunity to. Trump going to give y'all another stimulus check. If not this year, next year. When you get the stimmy, invest it. Don't just refinance your house and spend all the money. Okay? Invest it. Get something that's going to allow you to put it somewhere. Not know about some digital stuff he been telling us about. Niggas ain't been listening. Niggas ain't buying. Like, what's that thing that Shaquat was telling us? The black dude who daddy used to be a singer. He's trying to get y'all to invest in it. You know what I'm talking about? It's like YouTube, but it's not YouTube. It's called
something. Are you talking
else.
about Isaac Hayes?
That nigga, yeah. What's that website he got?
Fan
Brown. Man,
it's called Fans. It's an app. It's kind of, it has like, it's like YouTube. It's like Clubhouse. It's like
we got one. We got one. I just can't remember the name of it.
I can remember. I can remember the name of it. Yeah. Now I'm actually, I actually have a. I'm registered or whatever you call it. I've signed up to his app, but I just can't remember the name. I ain't been there in a minute.
I can't remember the name. Yeah, that's
Does anybody remember that? It's called Fan. It's Isaac Hayes' son. Isaac Hayes.
All right, where you at? I know you know the name of it, man.
Yeah, it's called Fan. Let me see if I can look it up real quick.
Every time you say Fan, I want to say Fandango, and that's not the name of it.
No, that's not it.
Man. Anyway, like it's things you can
fan
invest
base,
in.
fan base, fan base.
Fan
That's
base.
what it's called.
Thank you.
Yep, fan base.
But it's things you can invest in, y'all.
Right.
Whether it be XRP, Bitcoin, because Bitcoin it took a dive. They tried to make it affordable for y'all that could afford it. It's gonna go back up.
Okay.
But invest, get your money right, get your credit fixed. You know what I'm saying? Build communities, buy houses, buy land. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to plant. There's a good brother in our camp named Zakaria Bunyamian, right? We need him to start doing some damn agronomy, like plant videos, teach everybody how to plant at some point, right? I'm gonna invest in it, try to see if we can get that done. But like, we need stuff like that to help us prepare for what's coming, because a lot of y'all you're not really getting prepared for it. And the Most High keep putting in situations where He keeps showing you what to say, like what's happening, keep giving you rumors of war, what's happening, and instead of taking advantage of the time to prepare, we're like just getting happy about the rumor of the war and just praying it happens. And when it don't, you in the same situation afterwards when He's just giving you time to prepare.
Hey, that's heavy what you said. See, I don't think they really heard what you said. Because a lot of them are it's like stargazing at the fact of, this is it. All praise to the Most High, but yet you don't have your house in order.
You're being dismayed at the signs of heaven.
Right.
Instead of, while the heathen are dismayed at them.
Right.
And you're like, copying the heathen instead of preparing on your own to do what the Most High told you to do.
That's right.
Right? We stopped gathering together. We just be cool with unity camps now and freaking summits. Like at the summits, we should be talking about how we're going to invest with each other and how we're going to put things together to make sure we have an actual community, places to go, places to live when crap hits the fan. We need to be getting plots of land and little shacks built up on them things. We need to have people investing in that stuff so people have places to go in little pockets of the nation. So that everybody ain't got to come to Atlanta. Everybody ain't got to go to Michigan. Everybody ain't got to. You could go to wherever's close to you, and there's already brothers and sisters that got land in those areas where they could send you, and you could go shack up with your family. You already got a place to stay. We need to be talking about this as a community and getting that stuff in order. People need to be investing in that stuff to be able to have it ready for when it's time. The Jewish communities do it. I saw. Let me show you this. I was at work like Wednesday, and we was driving. I see a bus. Man, is it going? Nope, ain't gonna let me show you. Damn it. All right, so this is a bus, right? You see the bus?
Yeah.
This is a bus, a Jewish bus. It says Berman Commons, Assisted Living and Memory Care, Jewish Home Life. This is a Jewish-only community for old people. If you can't show Jewish credentials, you can't live there. This is in Atlanta. Why we can't have this? They got Jewish churches in Ponce de Leon. They got big old gates around them. You can't get in unless you Jewish. I be talking to the people at my job and stuff. They see me with the little ZT sign. Oh, what are those? I can't tell them I'm Israelite because I might get fired. So I say, I'm Jewish. They go, oh, wow, really? I go, yeah. I trace my family back to the tribe of Dan. They go, oh, wow, my dear. Okay. Well, shalom alaikum. Right? So, but they got a community. Why don't we have that?
Right.
Why is it the fake Jews are preparing, but the real Jews ain't? It don't make no sense to me. It's crazy. So instead of telling everybody World War III is coming when it's not, well, I mean, it is, but not yet. We ain't there yet. So instead of scaring everybody, trying to, tell them World War III right there, they just bombed Iran. Why don't you tell them, hey, get you some currency, get you some XRP, buy you some gold. Silver is cheap right now. It's going to revalue soon too. Like, Buy you something that's gonna put some money in your pocket so you can invest in things that's gonna keep your family safe in the last day. Since you ain't planning to go to Africa with Matatu. Right? Since you don't want to go to Turkey with the elder, since you don't want to go to East India or Egypt or something like that, you know, you don't want to go to Ashur. You don't go to none of the places it tells you in Isaiah chapter 11 that we still gonna get picked up from, right?
Right.
Y'all want to stay here. So for those of y'all who want to stay here and not go to none of them other places, you should be doing stuff here to prepare you for what's gonna happen here, especially if here is gonna get the brunt of the attack. You want to be able to make it up out of here. So let's continue reading because it's gonna tell you what the hell is supposed to happen.
Come on, verse 27 again. Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance.
So how do we get merry and have abundance? Go ahead.
The heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, saith the Lord.
They gonna envy us, but they ain't gonna be worried about us. They can't come and take what we got in the communities we're gonna have. They're not gonna be able to worry about that. They got chariots and angels and Yahweh and the big spaceship with the fireball eyes and stuff like that coming at them. They ain't worried about us. When we're preparing, they're not worried about us because they're gonna be ransacking the stores. We got abundance. They're gonna have to be going to the grocery stores and the CVS's and the pharmacies and all that stuff to get what they need. They're gonna be killing each other, turning it into the purge. While we're in our land gathered together, merry, with all of our supplies already off the grid, right? That's what's supposed to happen. At some point, we're supposed to get to the point where we're there, not here. Go ahead, keep going.
Come on, verse 20.
This is prophecy. Ezra saw this. Go ahead.
Come on, verse 29. My hands shall cover thee, so that thy children shall not see hell.
Yeah. His hands will cover us gathered together so we will not see hell. Go ahead.
Verse 30. Be joyful, O thou mother, with thy children, for I will deliver thee, saith the Lord.
Huh? Keep going.
Remember thy children that sleep, for I shall bring them out of the sides of the earth and show mercy unto them.
Yeah, because, we still got people getting killed, sons getting killed, all that type of stuff, right? So this is talking about like the resurrection too. You're seeing this as end times. So it's literally telling you in the end times, right before everything hits the fan and in the midst of it, right? There's supposed to be a place where Israelites are not going through hell while everybody else is going through hell. How the hell do we get this place if we don't invest in it? How do we get this place if we don't prepare? How do we get this place if we don't gather together, actually, besides a summit for a couple hours? That means we have to be in a community together, guys. That's what this is talking about for you that didn't realize that. In order for us to keep the widow safe and the orphan and the children it was talking about, we have to have a place for them to be safe at within our gates. In order for it to be within our gates, you have to have gates for them to be within. Go ahead.
Come, verse 31. Remember the children that sleep, for I shall bring them out of the sides of the earth and show mercy unto them. For I am merciful, saith the Lord Almighty. Verse 32. Embrace thy children until I come and show mercy unto them. For my wells run over, and my grace shall not fail.
Mm-hmm.
I, Esdras, received a charge of the Lord upon the Mount Oreb, that I should go unto Israel. But when I came unto them, they set me at naught, and despised the commandment of the Lord. And therefore I say unto you, O ye heathen that hear and understand, look for your shepherd. He shall give.
Because contrary to what y'all knew, Ezra also made a voice. He called out to them Israelites that was acting like heathen and stuff like that, right? Their shepherd would be Jesus, right? The sheep of another fold. For those of you that didn't put that together, the jackasses probably thought that was the heathen, but it's not the heathen. That's us,
no, it's not.
guys.
Right.
Go ahead.
Look for your shepherd. He shall give you everlasting rest, for he is nigh at hand that shall come in the end of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Be ready to the reward of the kingdom, for the everlasting light shall shine upon you forevermore.
Okay. So that's cool. That's all I wanted. I just wanted to show y'all. Ezra saw a vision where in the land of captivity in the last days, before everything hits the fan, and in the midst of it hitting the fan, Israelites are supposed to be in a place where we're safe. We're within the community. We got the orphan, the widow, the children, everybody within our gates. We're embracing the children until Christ comes to have mercy on us all. How are we going to do that from our own houses without a community in 150 different camps? It don't happen. So at some point between now and this prophecy, we have to get to where this prophecy can actually take place. You do that by preparing. Now is the time to prepare. He keeps showing us wars to prepare you, to put something in us, to make a group of us invest in something to where we are prepared for everybody to have places to go to do that. It ain't going to be just one place. These are multiple places where we're going to be at. This is where the chariot's going to come pick you up. It ain't got to be 150 million chariots going to every single house like it was in damn, what's that movie? The TV show where they had the little rapture, the cartoon, The Simpsons, right? It's not how it was going to be in The Simpsons. It's going to be a coordinated thing where the chariots only got to go certain places to pick us up because we're going to be gathered together in these specific places. They're not going to be stopping at every single house on earth. Like, shoo, shoo, shoo. It ain't got, no, that ain't how it works. Most High is going to be more strategic than that. And he put it in the book for us to know how it's going to go. And y'all ain't working towards that. There's nobody in the community working towards this part of the community. So that's what we need to prepare for. That's the only thing that's left. So with that, I yield. My bad. Nah.
God, no, it's all good. All praises to the Most High. Hope everybody was able to follow. And hey, if y'all got, I see a few people, commenting in the comments. If you got something to say, go ahead and put it in the comments. Go ahead and put something in the chat. You know what I'm saying? That way we can engage. We can and even with that, we can see if you brothers and sisters are actually understanding what's being brought out, right? But all praises for that. That was hot topic. The main hot topic title was Israel versus Iran, but also going into who we are and what we should be preparing
seen
for.
A video on Blood Moon Rapture for tomorrow. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I
seen that earlier. That I mean, you know what I like to? That'd be interesting. That must be a Christian channel or something.
Yeah, Blood Moon Rapture, but it's happening tomorrow. Like that's
right.
I thought the Blood Moon was like last week or something, wasn't it? Or whenever they just had a new, because we just had a new moon. So whenever the Blood Moon was, or whenever the full moon was, wasn't it a Blood Moon the last full moon we had?
We want to say that again. Was the last
full moon that existed? Wasn't that a blood moon? Wasn't it like?
I can't remember. I ain't gonna lie.
I don't know. I feel like I saw it though.
Well, we've already had one. I know that.
We had the blood moon this year already.
Not this year. I think it was back in. Oh, was it this year?
I thought it was this year already. I thought we had this shit like.
I don't know.
I
can't remember.
We'll look it up.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. But tomorrow, that's why.
So someone's asking, does Passover start on the 1st of April or on the what?
For us, it's the 1st.
11th. We're gonna be gathering on the 1st.
Yeah.
Sis.
Yeah, for us, it's the 1st, sis. We'll be on North Carolina April 1st.
Yep.
So.
So all right. So again, we would love for you to for anyone who wants to
what began Monday tonight? What's Yehoshua saying? You talking about Purim or what?
He said it's began on Monday today. What?
We're in the midst of Purim right now, if that's what y'all asking.
Right.
Yeah, Shah Purim, Paryam, for those of y'all that didn't know. But Passover is not till next month, beginning of next month.
Mm-hmm.
We at the end of our season right now. So this is our last feast day. We had Nicanor, now we're in Purim?
He's asking about blue moon. I mean, a
Blood moon. Oh, if it began Monday, well, damn. Okay, so I was wrong. If it starts today, then that's crazy. What the heck was last week then?
New moon.
Or 2 weeks ago? I thought whenever the last full moon was last month. I keep forgetting it's not February no more.
I don't think it was a blood moon, but
it
was.
Maybe. Okay. Wow. It looked red when I saw it. That's why I thought it was. But maybe they calling this one the blood moon. All right, that's cool. I guess we'll see. But regardless, we don't. The blood moon isn't. It's not significant to Israelite culture, so we don't care about that.
Right. Yep. Don't find nowhere in the scripture.
It's just when the sun rays and the moon line up with each other, so it looks red. That's all.
That's right. That's all it is.
It's just a sign of heaven. That's it. So, all right.
So with that, I want to thank everybody for being with us. Before we let you go, and it's already a little bit after 11. Before we let you go, let me go ahead and real quick and remind everyone that Anointed House of Saints will be having our Passover. All right. I think the sister just asked about this. Having our Passover 2026 at the AHOS school in Greensboro, North Carolina. That will be April 1st. All right. April 1st. Colors are black and gold. We will be in attendance in Greensboro, North Carolina. That will be at our Israelite school. Those attending, I hope those who want to attend, we would love to see you. Those who still have to get tickets, all right. Let me go ahead and get ticket prices out real quick now that I got them in my mind. They will be $25 per person. Is the cost of one ticket for per one person. $25 per person, and it is $80 per family up to 5. $80 per family up to 5 for the Passover. All right. You can contact us through email at anointedhos@gmail.com or hit us up. And I think that's probably the best way to get a hold of us. But you can also hit us up on anointedhouseofsaints.org. All right. Let's see. Our topic was Milk Monday presents Hot Topics Israel versus Iran. Let me give out. I did see a few people come in a little bit later. So I'm going to call y'all out, shout y'all out real quick, who came in a little bit later. Shalom to Sister Chosi, Shalom to Ak Moshe, Shalom to Soldier Yaquab, Shalom to Officer Kadar Aharon, Shalom to Sister Lily. Who else? I don't see anybody else and if I missed you, Salakia, I was trying to keep track. I try to keep track all the time, all right? But I don't see anybody else in there, all right? Also, if you guys noticed earlier through the class, Captain was talking about this little thing right here, right? The smooth like butter. Hey, this is a Captain Shaquat. This is a business that he has. Let's share this with each other. There's a QR code that you can scan. You should be able to scan it from your laptop or from your television set. But check out the website. This is how we support one another in our businesses. But I just thought I'd put this up here for today for you guys to check it out. All right. Now, let me get to Daniel 7:18. We're going to wrap things up. Also know that we will be having classes throughout the week. We have some new classes coming up. All right. We got new classes coming up. We got our Wednesday classes coming back. That'll be taking place after Passover. Let me get my, all right, here we go. Daniel 7:18. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up for y'all. So this is the book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 18, and it reads, "But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. Bashem, Amashiach, Yahweh Shai." All praises to the Most High. I want to thank y'all again for being with us. I think, Cap, you got anything last words to say, Cap, or you good?
No, I'm good, bro. Hope y'all enjoyed the lesson, and I'll see y'all next week.
All right. So, hey, thank y'all for being with us. Make sure you're with us for our next class coming up. We got our Torah portion Thursdays, Friday night focus, Saturday, Sabbath morning brew, and then we're back right around here with Milk Monday again with Captain Eliel and yours truly, Officer Knox.
And y'all throw prayers up for everybody that was asking for prayers and stuff like that, right? In the chat, in the congregation chat and stuff. So.
Oh, yeah. I appreciate the brothers putting out the prayers. everybody make sure you put out prayers for all the brothers and sisters that were listed in the list and for the whole congregation, the whole camp, right? We should be praying on a daily anyway, but I was liking it. That was really nice. I really appreciated that. The water to some of the brothers, soldiers, and sisters who were putting those in the congregation chat. And by the way, anyone who wants to join our congregation chat who's not a part of AHOS and wants to join, and we do have a congregational chat that you can become a part of. And you can do that by sending us your interest through email, anointedhos@gmail.com, and we'll let you know about that. All right. That way you can kind of talk with the community, with our congregation, with leadership, with captains, officers, soldiers. We like to share ideas. We like to, have fun with one another and things like that. Give good advice, you know what I'm saying? Go over the scriptures, study together. That's what the chat is used for. So if you don't have anything like that, consider joining with AHOS. All right. And with that, we want to thank you again for joining us on another Milk Monday night. You have been sitting with Captain Eliel and Officer Knock and the whole AHOS family. All right. But until next time, we are signing out. This is the Anointed House of Saints. Until next time, family, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
This is not a test.
Black skin, black sauce, black Jesus, black music, 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 black music, black music, black music, black music.